cat whisperer. I just thought of Dolly Parton. My name is Aimee Iris Brown, and I'm a freelance hairstylist, a performance artist, and a flower essence healer. I began apprenticing in a salon when I was 19, and it was a small salon independently owned in Roswell, Georgia. And I later worked at Vidal Sassoon in my early 20s. But take some of this stuff in. I prefer, and I've come to learn most of the people that I work with prefer, to be somewhere calm and serene, that's very warm and accepting. And I feel like that's really difficult to find in a salon. For me, it was more important to begin working, figuring out a way to start freelancing than to stay at the salon. It felt more important to trust that my idea was worth what I thought it was. It's pretty short here. I'm really interested in having an intimate, safe experience for my clients, and for me to be able to hear what they're saying, for us to be able to communicate, for me to have control over the music and the experience that they have. I feel like there's so much trauma around hair, and I'm really interested as a hairdresser of ways that hair can be healing for people. Ways in which people have been told they need to look a certain way because of their gender, or they need to change the texture of their hair in order for it to be good hair. I'm really interested in telling people, you're okay the way you are, and what can I do to help you feel better in your, just in your everyday life. Growing up, college was not part of my reality. College was something that other people did. So yeah, I never considered college until I was in my early 20s. I was working in a salon, and I made a good friend who was in art school there in Atlanta. And he saw some of the things I was making on my own and just kind of looked at me one day and said, "Why aren't you in school?" And it totally blew my mind, took me aback. So when I began school at the Art Institute in Chicago, I was able to study in different departments. Their BFA program is interdisciplinary, and I did work in different departments, but my main focus was in performance. Performance art is incredibly open. When I was in Italy and doing photography work, I spent more and more time in the darkroom experimenting with creating narratives, and I realized I was becoming more and more interested in concept than I was like going out and taking pictures of things. And the process became maybe more important than the finished object, and I started realizing what I was doing was more and more performance-based. The Lee Brown project was an endurance performance, a life performance really. I did it for 2 years. I created a persona that worked in the beauty industry named Lee Brown, and it was a way for me to work in the beauty industry and not pass as straight, and also to disrupt what I think of as being a very heteronormative and potentially really misogynistic environment. It was like slow activism in a way. That process of making and research and development and ways of looking at things wasn't tied to an object in the end, and that felt incredibly liberating to me. I no longer have side jobs that I'm doing while cutting hair and making art and doing flower essence healing. That's negative. Those are the 3 things I'm doing now, which feels amazing. And so now it's really about making space for that to grow. And I contacted SCORE. They are a volunteer-run agency that helps people in New York City start small businesses. It's great to have huge dreams, and part of enacting them is to break things down into small steps for yourself and be patient with the small steps. So maybe the first step is cutting hair out of your apartment while you're working at a cafe, while you're studying flower essences, and then you begin to like evolve and things start to look different. I think hair, art, and healing, I think all of them involve creativity and ritual. And for me, each is a way to be closer to yourself, closer to expression, and to feel like you can be yourself in the world. It's really difficult to feel like you have to make yourself smaller or different to fit in. And I think I've been on a path for a really long time to learn that I didn't have to do that. And so now that I'm not feeling like I have to do that anymore, I want other people to know the same thing. Be patient with yourself, give yourself space and time to learn, to make mistakes. Have small goals that add up to a larger one. Surround yourself with people and in environments that feel nurturing and safe to you. If someone or someplace doesn't feel safe and nurturing, you can leave. Find something you're really passionate about, lock into it, and figure out ways to do it every day. Even if you're not initially making money at it, even if you have to just do it once a week for a year, find a way to start doing it.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Ladypoints featuring Aimee Brown. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel below.
And please remember to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/ladypoints and Tumblr at ladypoints.tumblr.com. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.